What if I told you that self-control is not the answer? In this short video, I want to share with you about self-control and the role that it plays when it comes to building new habits or breaking old ones. My name is Joanna, your mindful mastery coach, and I am passionate about helping people gain mastery over their mind and emotions so that they can fully enjoy their life. A big problem when it comes to trying to break bad habits is that we think that all we need is some self-control. But then we find that we keep falling back into our old patterns. Have you ever found yourself saying, "I will not be eating sweets today," but then you see that box of cookies or that little jar of candy and you think one little one won't hurt, and then you end up having a handful or a whole sleeve of cookies? It's so easy to revert back into the same pattern that we know. Self-control alone cannot be the thing that we rely on. This is not to say that self-control is not useful. Self-control has a time and a place. It is a temporary solution to a long-term problem. Think about drug addicts. For example, heroin is a very addictive drug. Essentially, anyone who gets into heroin is said to be in it for life. I recently heard about a study that was done on American soldiers that had been in the Vietnam War. During that long, extended war, many of them were exposed to heroin use. It became something that they do over there to cope with the horrors of war. So upon returning home from war, they were placed into rehab to help them get out of that destructive habit. The surprising part was that majority, 9 out of 10, were able to leave that heroin addiction behind. What was found in this study is that the reason a person remained in addiction had little to do with the addictive nature of the substance. It had to do with the circumstance the person was in. When you took the soldier out of the circumstance where they were used to doing heroin, they no longer felt that they had to do it. They did not have the same opportunities to engage in it. You may remember several videos back I talked about the 4 laws of behavioral change. The first law was to make it obvious. But if you're trying to break a habit, you invert it and it becomes to make it invisible. So just as for those soldiers, the circumstance where they engaged in that bad habit was invisible when they came home, we can apply the same principle to our lives. If you are trying to reduce your sugar consumption, then making those cookies, those treats, those candies invisible, not having them around you, makes the process so much easier. So the first thing we want to do is to consider, what is it that makes you engage in this habit? Is it the people that you're around? Is it a specific location? Is it an emotion that you feel? If it is an emotion, where do you feel this emotion? Who or what makes you feel it? When you start considering these things, you can build a game plan as to what you will do, where you will go, who you will spend your time around. Eliminating the cues out of your sight that will make you do the habit you're trying to get rid of will actually make it possible for you to overcome that habit and build a completely new one. The truth about habits is that once they are formed, it is unlikely that you will ever forget them. Whether it's your locker combination from high school, or how to play an instrument, or riding a bike. Once you learn something, a certain pattern or a certain way of doing things, it's very hard to unlearn it, to forget it altogether. But what is possible is to learn a new way and make that the dominant way. So coming back to self-control, we don't abandon the concept of self-control completely. When you happen to get into circumstances that may tempt you to go back into that habitual way of doing things that you're trying to avoid, this is where the self-control kicks in. This is where you tell yourself, no, I will not do this. I choose to be stronger than that old habit. And because this is temporary, your job in this case is to move yourself somewhere else, where you will not be tempted anymore. So if you find yourself standing in the middle of a fantastic bakery, have self-control, don't buy all the cookies and cakes, and walk out. So my challenge for you today is to evaluate what it is that makes you do the things that you do. Consider them and see how you can change the things in your environment, the places you go, the people you see, to help you be successful and do what you actually want to do. Whether it is giving up a bad habit like smoking or drug use, or trying to build a new healthy one like going to the gym and eating healthy foods. Evaluate, take time to remove the old cues, and set up new ones to set yourself up for success. So comment down below and let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what habit you are trying to break or what new habit you're trying to incorporate into your life. If you like this video, found it helpful or valuable in any way, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. Because this year, I am committed to helping you gain mastery over your mind and emotions. See you in the next video. Bye.